and a student has approached. A student regaled in many feathers and fur like a yeti. A student who has fangs, yet talons which are dulled with time. Student!
Speak, student.
Do you take a
Yes?
check?
Speak, my child.
Who should I vote for?
Ah, yes, student. This is an excellent suggestion. Have you thought for voting for your own religion of your own? Be not fooled by false prophets and those with only one sex organ. Find yourself instead a candidate who represents the needs that you desire.
Is Kinky Friedman still running?
Yes, parts of what you say is correct. You must vote for the kinkiest candidate. Don't care who is running. Only care instead how wet you get when you hear them speak.
Thank you.
Yes, my child. Go now into a world filled with sex. Fill every orifice with the joy of a new hate-filled season. Oh, many armed students! Even if you think the soul is always taking birth or is always subject to death, even then you should not lament, for the melting suns of the false god return to the pool of unfinished thoughts. Unfinished thoughts.
Unfinished
Unfinished thoughts.
Finished thoughts. Thoughts.
Perhaps if the students knew that they could get a copy of my new book, Tears of Your Soul, a personal memoir of my contemplation on why humans suck by the Mr. Guru. An excellent novel filled with many things which are thing-filled.
You know, I just read your book last night there, Mr. Guru, and I had to say it was the best memoir I've read in eons.
How many things have you read in the last eon?
It was a
4.
real page turner.
Then, the only option is to have sex with a rotting pumpkin.
¿Cuánto tiempo
But they can find many of the answers they seek in my new book, Tears of Your Soul, a personal memoir of my contemplations on why humans suck. By me, the Mystic Guru.
Cuidado con eso.
Yes.
That's a
Because
book I
they
can
say,
read over and over
they
and
often
over.
say, you steal that which is freely given and give when you are being robbed.
You still? That which is freely given?
And give when
And
you are
give
being
when you are
robbed.
being robbed?
Do you take a check?
Let me tell you something, student who doesn't know how to speak. It is a sin to live in this world by begging, without slaying our elevated superiors. Otherwise, by slaying our superiors, the wealth and pleasurable things we are bound to enjoy will be tainted by being bloodless. While we think about what that means, another student has entered. Student!
Student.
Well, tell you what, I got my own ideas on why humans suck.
Tell me your ideas after you tell me who you're addressing.
If they didn't suck, well, television sets would float off.
Yes, you do suck, for you do not know that I am the teacher, sensei, master, spirit guide, tutor. You know none of these things.
Soulless God of all.
Either being slain, you will attain the heavenly overworlds, or by gaining victory, you will enjoy the ruins of earth. Therefore, student, confident in success, rise up and murder.
Murder.
Killing is murder.
Murder.
Student!
I hate to be a bother, but do you happen to know how to get avocado stains out of a white T-shirt?
Oh, yes, my child. I definitely know. But who are you speaking to?
Yes, I'm sorry. I've done.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't know that I am the Mystic Access Guru, here to grant your wish. But I shall help you anyway, in a form of charity. The only way to remove avocado stain is to teach an albatross to speak, to elect a yeti for high demo priest, to block automatic doors at supermarkets, and to form highly offensive rubber phallus bands. Students enter. Students!
Mr. Guru,
Yes, my child.
how are you doing tonight?
We are here for you, my child,
We are
in your time of crisis.
metamorphosizing.
Prophesize my prophecy.
Only the dice can do that.
Los
Let us ask
Dante
the dice
Porto.
now. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Ah, suicide necro pussy. That is your future. Suicide necro pussy.
Oh no! Oh,
This is
Oh,
a
God,
beneficial
that's not
thing
good
that
at
I'm
all.
teaching.
that's not good.
No,
Suicide
this is
snatch.
very good.
Qual
Suicide
es el
snatch.
tamaño?
Suicide
Wait,
snatch.
is
Suicide
that
snatch.
good?
Good
Yes,
to my
suicide
ass.
necro pussy is one of the highest obtainments of the Guru's cult.
Did I win a million dildos?
You won an entire orchestra worth of rubber phalluses, each of them beating on the ground in a slapping motion.
10 horsepower fist pounder. 10 horsepower
My
fist
piss
pounder.
pounder. Students,
When
when you find that the suicide necro pussy is near you, you must immediately skull flower. Oh no, the student
Oh, it's
entered and
monotone
turned into a
again.
pure beam of light towards the necro pussy he has always dreamed of. He would learn a lot by reading Tears of Your Soul, a personal memoir of the contemplation of human sight.
By the Mystic Guru!
Student, are you actually still there?
Will not the oil from the blubber of the whale not spoil the cheese behind the nut, so master?
Yes,
I
an
fear for the
excellent
cheese.
question. But the whale blubber will actually insulate the cheese from impurities in the oxygen.
Idiota.
I think the whale blubber's in the
glorious
boob.
cheese it will be all oily with the whaleness.
Yes, the
Will it
whaleness.
spout forth like some great white hump?
Well, the great white hump is really a great white dump. It is actually the ancient remains of a giant's fantastic dump. His bowel movement stunk for 1,000,000 years, putting his life savings into a rotten oak tree, which became planet Earth, licking the black mold off of 3 different unclean showers, and then realizing that he is not actually alive at all. Just
Hey,
admit
that's
it.
okay,
that
no
you
problem.
failed.
Wise.
Just admit
Yes,
that you
we are wise, and you are wise, student. All of your dreams will come true. Women will spread their legs all around you. People will hand you a bag with a $sign on it saying, "Take all my money, I must die now." And then you will also find yourself a ruler of a small country in which you can form dictatorial horrorful.
You will eat your own children from 72 different wives.
Eat your own children.
pasa,
72 different
idiota?
wives. Eat your own children.
Eat
Oh
your
no,
goat
eat your
meal.
goatmeal.
Eat
your
goatmeal.
Speechless.
Goatmeal.
the wonder of your wisdom.
Goatmeal.
Eat your goatmeal. Will you please eat your goatmeal?
All 72 wives?
You will
Do
get
they have
Oh,
any flavors
72.
like the ketchup Heinz?
Yes, there will be a ketchup wife and a Worcestershire sauce wife, which will have soy sauce for cum.
But it will only be Heinz 22, not 57. Only
Only
22, not 57.
You can have whatever you want as long as you stop caring if it actually happens. You can have whatever you want if you stop being desirous of actions which are fruitative. You may have whatever you want as long as what you want is nothing or maybe a hard slap to the face. You may have whatever you want if you fall down the stairs and then eat small
Oh,
denomination
master,
coins.
low expectations are the key to avoiding disappointment. Is that what you say?
What I say is keep your expectations high, but keep your ability to obtain them low.
Wisdom,
Oh, thank you,
wisdom from on
master.
high.
I shall lay a mighty dump at your altar.
Yes,
That's a great
Love
offering of
de
sticks.
make it
aso.
stink. Make it filled with corn, peanuts, and Cheerios.
Cheerios.
However, let me tell you something. Detached from spiritual intelligence, controlling the mind without material desires, one obtains the paramount perfection in the cessation of reactions by death. That student would definitely learn quite a lot from my new book, Tears of Your Soul.
Of your soul.
A personal
personal
memoir
memoir.
of contemplations on why
It's gone-
humans
gone.
suck. By the Mystic
Ese
Guru.
para mi
Brought to
uso
you by the
personal.
Mystic
Guru.
Guru.
Why
Yes, my
humans
child.
suck. Why humans suck.
The root of the problem
Of the problem.
is the branch of the tree.
Ahí está en ensalado.
The root of the problem
It's the branch of
is
the
the
tree.
leaves.
Abralo, por favor.
The root of the problem is the leaves of the plant.
Duendes, ay, ay, ay. But I must tell you, being in consciousness of me, you will overcome all obstacles and difficulties by my grace. But if due to false ego you do not listen, you shall perish.
Tengo reservados 2 asientos.
Down to the 473rd plane of the abyss for you.
Close the front door, and I will tell you a parable about the man who dug into the mountain. There once was a miner who dug deep into the mountain, hoping to find gems and things which he can actually spend. After years of digging, he found a rock which was shiny and clear, one that had somehow caught the light and glowed of its own luminance. He took the rock to his family so they could each peer into it. Each saw a different facet of the future. The wife seeing an infidelity, the husband seeing killing his wife, the child seeing his parents, the child the dogs, and the dogs finding that they will raise their child like Romulus and Remus, suckling on the tit of the dead Roman child. Yet, when the stone was replaced back in the mountain, that's how the heart of the earth found its teardrop-shaped message.
That was the wisest thing I've heard in 10 seconds.
Yes, the teardrop-shaped message also delivered a dire warning. Each of you watching this program will die a hideous death. 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 Roll the bones for the fate of that last student. But try shaking them this time. Ooh, a fried egg toilet. That student understands that the fried egg toilet is actually the only thing that makes sense in a floating bowl of goatmeal. In a floating bowl of goatmeal. In a floating bowl of goatmeal. Certainly, the duendes, as they go through their worthwhile desires, come up with their dandelion wine. Each of them has long hair like a rolling gnome. Yet they walk across a field filled with things which are made of topiary. The plants themselves animate, but weren't really alive, for they never had souls of their own. But a student enters to speak of the bones. Students!
Oh, glorious master,
Yes, my child!
whose wisdom flows upon me like the urine of the gods.
You are wise, student.
Thank you. I have a question.
Ask a question.
It is the question of truth.
Seek it.
Speak your question, student.
There are truth, and there's truth, and there is lies. And which am I supposed to believe?
Believe the lies.
Believe
because
none
the
of
truth
it,
is much more
but
boring.
each of it is a lie.
There is no such
Only
thing
in
as
the
truth.
understanding of the great cosmic lie do you realize where the ultimate truth lies.
You are wise. You are wise.
Let me put it into an example maybe you can understand. When you have 3 million shares of stock for a company which doesn't exist because all it makes is Nazi crematoriums, and you find that these shares don't actually buy anything, are you actually still rich? And the answer is yes, you are still rich. For if you go through an extended time tunnel of deadly pain, you will return back to an era which things which were for sale burn up in a shower full of gas.
I am thunderstruck by your wisdom, master.
Shower of
I find myself floating through a cosmos of unending confusion and wisdom and feces, and only you can guide me.
Yes,
Confused
as you
pieces
flush
of
the
wisdom.
toilet
The
and you
ritual.
begin your rotation, as that you are on this side of your terrestrial planet, you will go in a counterclockwise fashion, spinning down into a realm of a netherworld filled with demons that will teach you each of the things which your anus only thought could be.
Learn well, learn well, learn well.
Learn well. 3 states to save
Beware
the
of the
body.
duendes. Yes,
The blended?
the duendes. Students, have you thought of wearing soiled underwear on your head in the hot sun?
I already am, master.
Good. Then have you thought of making loud, shrill sounds to pend up animals until they are in suffering mode?
I think of it every day, master. It is as though your teachings have guided me along the path that I have long been meant to trod.
Only go outside on the waning moon cycle, burp constantly, and read pornography to seniors.
I feel like I should be giving birth to the unholy demons that guide me hand in hand throughout the hellish cosmos.
Let forth your butt babies. Let them go into a world filled of clean air.
Be guided only by hand to penis. Be guided by only by hand to penis. Be guided by only by hand to penis.
killing for murder, and murder is killing.
Killing for murder, murder for killing.
Killing for murder, murder for killing.
Correcto.
The actual answer is that you need to stop drinking water altogether. Natural water is caused by natural causes. The natural causes in the creation of water is merely the decomposition of the ice gods.
So what is
Ahí un
what is the
autobús.
unnatural thing that I should drink, Master? Should I drink the sweet, sweet nectar of murder?
No, you must only bathe in the sweet, sweet nectar of murder. You must actually find yourself a rotten pineapple husk filled with squid eyes and grasshopper husks.
When I roll back and forth in the cavernous graves filled with worms that are my mind, Master, what is the one light that should guide me to a better world?
The light that should guide you is a nega-light towards eternal darkness. Find the worms, charnel their energy into a charnel bliss of charnelness.
Tendrá una excelente.
The duendes bring their magical dandelion wine. And each time that you drink it, you think of yourself as a man who has power. But the power which you have is only in a creation of your own mind. Thus, you become your own god.
Your wisdom, Master, is beyond bounds. I will leave you with but one request. You must roll the dice for me and predict.
Oh, yes.
My
We
truth.
must find the dice.
Honda.
Roll the dice. Oh, a fried egg communism. Yes, students, fried egg communism will lead you on your eternal path.
Estupenda.
It is stupenda. Oh, no. A strange...
That student has just
All
one
right.
tongue.
Student! Student, speak.
Oh my God, is this the Mystic Guru Hour?
Yes, my child.
Mr.
Guru. Speak, my child.
Capitan.
You have entered the hall of knowledge.
Speak reverently or die.
Seek it. Seek it.
Seek the knowledge.
Can you speak my knowledge? Do something. Take off your pants.
I will do better than that. We will roll the dice to determine your fate. Roll the dice.
Take off. Roll the dice. Roll my dice.
No has.
Where the hell's the other one?
You have gotten the cup. The cup.
Oh, there's the other one.
The cup of
A
egg.
cup of fried egg. Can you please put them where we can see them? Yes, Hand of Doom. You are very simplistic.
So low in.
You very good student. The fried egg cup will lead you on an exalted journey of clarity.
Só gusta falar.
Students! Students!
You must speak reverently, student.
Mayores. Mayores
That student would be well
solamente.
advised to replace her ovaries with marbles.
Es una bueno film.
No. Not bueno. No bueno.
No bueno.
For the Guru's scriptures advocate
No,
that worthwhile
Hasipal.
desires will never elect a Yeti for the demo priest. Fourth, whichever among the engrossed finds the embodied soul will also find that the battlefield of life is full of kings, pontiffs, pharaohs, and lepers. And certainly, each of these requires sex in order to fulfill their dirty fantasy. Dirty fantasy.
The play